Good morning, traders. My name is Sihlengema from QuickTrade. We're going to be doing our Saturday technical analysis workshop. I'm a little bit delayed, 2 minutes delayed. But yeah, we're gonna be starting like right now. Some guys are still in the lobby. I just need to move them into the room here. Rhino, move into the room. Chris, move into the room. Anton, oh man, Anton, move into the room. Arun, move into the room. Cassius, move into the room. Move into the room. Christine, the last one, move into the room. Okay. Yeah, good morning once again, guys. You were not actually in the room. Now I see everyone is in the room. Hi, Gert. Hi, Rainer. Let me see. We had Arun. We had Arun and a couple of other guys also. Hi, guys. Hi. Sure. Guys, let's start. How has this been to you in your trading? Have you guys managed to improve from how you were last week, from how you were last month? Is there any improvement that you're seeing in your trading, guys? If there are still issues, where are those issues? How can we? Okay, well, I will show you maybe how we can best sort them out, but I just need to find out what really is the issue. Hi, Christine. I have a list of shares that I've highlighted. Some are long, some are short, and a couple of currency pairs. If you guys have some from your from yourselves, you can give me those also. We will have a look at them. Let's start with those that are just new or those that have some issues that they would like to ask me to address. Okay. See, Aaron's still busy typing his message there. I will wait for him. Sbusiso Arnold Abram Masangu. Oh, hi. Hello, 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 big guy. Ish, all your names are showing here. Okay. Christine, are you new? Have you done any technical analysis before? Yes, no? Okay, let me see. Sbusiso was supposed to be Sbusiso D. Okay, Mr. Matlangu, I understand. Okay, Christine, you're new. Okay, it's fine. GBPEUR. Let me see if I did any short list on this one. Okay, I did EUR GBP. Yes, I've got it. DSY and DSY when you trade. Okay, DSY. I'm also I've got it on my list. What time frame do you have to look into? 1 hour, daily, or 5 minutes, or 15 minutes? Arun, I don't look at 5 and 15 minutes, but yeah, let's look at these. I don't look at 5 and 15 minutes. Please. Okay, we have Euro GBP, DSY, GBP, USD, RMI, and SBK. Okay, let me start with your question there, Arun. You're asking what is a Fibonacci level. Fibonacci's have got different levels. They have, well, I mean, they use it when they are looking for the retracements. Those people that like applying the Fibs or Fibonacci. Fibonacci, they have, I think they have a point, they have 100%, they have 0.5, they have point. 2, 3, 2, 6. There are so many different levels. Let me try and see if I cannot get those levels here. I will show you what those levels are. Where's my pitchfork here? Okay, it's here. Fib retracements. Okay, so when people are talking about Fib retracements, this is what they're talking about. Arun, I don't really like using them. I like using my support and resistance levels. Maybe use the RSI when I'm looking for divergences and momentum above 50 or below 50. That's what I do. So when they're talking about Fib levels, they're talking about this. This is 100% here, 76.4, 61.8, 50%, 38.2, 23.6, and then is the top. These are the Fib levels that when people are talking about. Okay, let me try and make this bigger so that you can see it better. You see, looks like this is not helping. This thing is not helping. Okay, this is the levels they're talking about. When the market is busy retracing, when it gets to 23.6, people that believe in this indicator, they would look maybe to try and buy the market there if they get, if you understand um, price action. If the market gets there maybe at 23.6 and you get a nice reversal signal there, you can actually jump in and start buying your Sassel there if you are a big fan of the Fibonacci. Otherwise, you can wait for the market maybe to get to 38.2. When it gets to 38.2, you get that reversal. But I mean, there are people that just jump in blindly as long as they see 23.6 reversal, or they see 50% reversal, they just jump, sorry, 50% retracement, they just jump in and think that there's an opportunity to go in and buy. A lot of people like 50%. Well, I mean, some look at 50%, but I mean, I don't like using it on its own. I want to make sure that when I use it, I use it maybe together with my key support and resistance levels. You know that this is where your resistance is, this is where your support is. If it's agreeing with my support and resistance with my trend, then I'll jump in without any issues. Otherwise, it's a bit tricky for me sometimes using this indicator alone. Okay, let's look at these shares. We'll start off with the local stocks. Let's look at SY first. And later, towards the end of our session, we're going to try and address maybe the issues of those people that are new to this webinar session. But I'm sure that they will be able to pick a couple of things from what we're going to be looking at now. Today, I just want us to focus more on the importance of long-term time frames. I know that a lot of people do not trade. They do not trade 3 months charts. They do not trade 6 months charts. They do not trade yearly charts, but those charts are very important. So today, most of my stuff is going to be based on those 3 time frames. I'm looking at the yearly charts. I'm looking at the monthly charts. I'm looking at the quarterly charts. If you don't have those, I'll show you how to get them on your screen. Okay, if you don't, okay, you see here where it says time on top of your screen, you go there. Let's say you don't have a 3 months chart, which is a quarterly chart. You go to edit. You come to this plus sign here that you see inside this dotted box here, which is blank. It only has a plus sign in it. Then you're looking for a quarterly chart, so it's months, and you push your number up, your value up to 3 because it's 3 months that you're looking for. Apply, apply. Now you have your 3 months. If you want to have 6 months or the half yearly chart, you go to month, then you move this to 6 months. That's your half yearly chart or your 6 months chart. You want to add the yearly chart, you go there, you put year, because year is just 1 year. You're looking for 1 year, 1 year's worth of performance, and you go apply, apply. Now you have all three large time frames. You have your 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. These time frames are very important. If you really want to, if you're really serious about making money in the market, you must not ignore these. They will help you a great deal in your trading. Okay, this is what I want us to do now. I want us to analyze DSY using the 3-month chart. Or, well, I mean, let's use the 3-month chart here. We'll check which one works better. We can even look at the 6 months, because why I'm looking at this. June is the end of the first half of the year, and it is the end of the second quarter of the year. So those times are very important when you are a trader. You must pay some special attention to them. From Jan to March, end of March, that's important. From April to June, that's also important. From June, okay, July, September, end of September is important, and end of December is also very important, because it can help you to understand where the market is likely to go next. So those are very important, those time frames. Quarterly time frame, your half yearly time frame, which is 6 months, and your yearly time frame. Those time frames are very important to you. Okay, we have DSY on our screen now. Let us get out to our dotted line. This is where you get your different chart types. At the top, you have a line chart. The next one is a bar chart. The third one is a candle sticks. Chart. Third one, dots. I don't use dots. And the next one, which I'm going to use now, is a dotted line. I'm going to use a dotted line. Why do I like using the dotted line? I like using the dotted line because it helps me to easily identify the turning points or the key support areas on the chart. Every time when you see a dot on using the quarterly, maybe the 6 months, even the weekly chart, you must know that that area is important. You can actually use that as your key support or your key resistance. So this is our chart on DSY. If anyone has a question, please ask before I move on. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark some key support and resistance areas on DSY, the areas where we can actually look to go in and start buying some DSY if it is trading at an important key support area. Okay, this is our support here. That support is at 137.82. We have another one just above that, this dot here. We have another one there. We have another one around 140.87 or 141. And the next level of support is here at 133. So I want us to focus more on where the price is right now. The price is not here. So I'm going to make this one a dotted line so that we don't focus a lot on it, because I mean that's not where the price is right now. Let's go back to our candles. Let's check the the low quarter to date since the beginning of April, May, June. So that's our second quarter. Second quarter, the price of discovery has dropped 16.21%. I don't know if that figure is accurate. I don't have anything to check against right now, but I mean, according to my trading platform, uh, Discovery is down 6.21% from the beginning of the year. Another important thing that I want you guys to note is that when the price got very close to that 137.82 support line, the one in the middle, the price started moving higher. Buyers came in and pushed the price up there, and they pushed the price beyond the second line also, which is 140.87. So this area is very important. In my view, this is a buy zone on Discovery. Discovery around 137, 140 is a buy zone. The price is likely to bounce off this area and move higher. Where it's going to go next, I have no idea. Maybe the next area of resistance is going to be around 155, according to the previous quarter. I mean, quarter's low. The previous low. The previous quarter's low is 153.76. That could be our next area of resistance, but I'm not going to use that like that right now. I want us to go and analyze it, maybe using the daily chart, to see if we can get anything that makes sense, that we can use to decide whether this is a buy or not. Okay, if you are using a daily chart, maybe you are good at your technical analysis, you'd know that that area there, 137.82, is your resistance, because I mean, this is where the price went in 2017 March. There were sellers waiting around there, and the price started coming down, and finally around July, towards the end of July 2017, the price broke above that area. It came back to test this same support area, and from there more long trades were taken here, and the price moved higher towards that 188, 190 level. From 199, 190, 188 level, the market started dropping. We dropped back to where? We dropped back our previous support area. Our previous support area is that 137.82 area. The low on the 19th of June was 138.02. It was 138.02, and the market did what? It gave us a nice pin bar here. Gave us a nice pin bar, the blue bar here, and it moved up. And we went to test our simple moving average there on the daily, and the price started going up. So here we are using support. And last week we were up 6% on DSY, and I expect to see more buying coming through on DSY. Let's check how the weekly time frame looks. It's important to always refresh your charts. Every time when you change to a new time frame, you must always change. You must always refresh. To refresh, just right click on the blank on any blank space on your screen and go down here and say refresh. Then your chart will refresh. Okay, this is our weekly chart. The market came down to this 137.82 or 138.02, and it moved up, and we closed the week looking very bullish on DSY. Although the main trend from the top there is still down, but I'm very happy with the support that we've hit here. I think there's a good chance that we're going to see DSY moving a little bit higher. I think we're going to see DSY moving a little bit higher here. So I wouldn't mind really going in and taking a long on DSY. Let me see the level that I put down here. I put down one. You can go in anywhere between 147.50 and 150. You can buy DSY anywhere between 147.50 and 150. I think DSY is looking good there for a buy. Yes, I agree with you there, 100%, Arun. I mean, DSY is looking very good for a buy at these levels. So anywhere between 147.50 and 150, you can actually go in and take and try to buy it. We have some overhead resistance around 155. If we take out 155, the price is going to move much higher. Plus another thing that I looked at when I was checking my charts. I'm looking at the rand against the US dollar. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing a lot of weakness on the rand next week. Next week, I think we're going to see a rand strengthening a bit against the US dollar. Looking at the levels uh, where it's trading around 1342, but 1340 or 1340, 1339 is an important support on the US dollar, Japanese yen. That area is, sorry about that, guys. Let me. Okay, that area of 1340 is very important on the rand. It's our support currently, but I mean, if that support I mean gets broken, I think we can expect to see the rand maybe trading around 1302, those levels. I think those are the levels I'm looking at. Maybe from 1303 there, that's when maybe sellers can start coming back again and selling the currency, our currency, the rand. But I don't know if that is going to happen. It's all going to depend on price action. We just want to keep an eye on 1340, 1340, 1339. If that level is broken, we spoke about that level when on the night on the 21st, when the rand was still trading a little bit higher. I can't remember exactly, but we said that 1376 is our main resistance on the rand right now, and from those levels, it managed to decline to come down to our projected target of 1340, and currently that's where we are trading. So if we get a daily close below 1340, there's a good chance that we could see the rand strengthening towards 13 bucks, 1303, and if that happens, we're going to see financials, retailers doing very well maybe in next week. So let's just keep an eye on them and see how they do. But I expect to see them doing very well. So I mean, Discovery is amongst those stocks. So I think it makes sense really to look for some buying opportunities on on Discovery. So Discovery is looking good. I like it. I think it's good for a long. But when you put a stop on this one, you must try and maybe put your stop maybe around 130 below 137 below 137.95. You must try maybe put your stop maybe around 137.95 or 137.80, somewhere there. I think doing that will save you a lot of money. Okay, now let's go back to the daily. Let me show you the other thing that I use to decide whether this is really looking good or not. We'll use the RSI. I don't know if you guys ever use the RSI, but I want us to try and apply the RSI this time. I don't know if it's gonna give us. I don't know if it's the RSI, if it's it wasn't Discovery or the other stock. Oh no, this wasn't Discovery. It was another on another stock. It was on another stock. Okay, but I mean, if you check it, Discovery there has just crossed and it's now moving up. We want to see our RSI above 50. If it's above the 50 mark, then we'll know that the price is now beginning to move higher. So Discovery is a buy. Let's look at another one that I picked up. We spoke about it, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember exactly when we spoke about this one. I want us to go to those, I mean, big time frames before we analyze it on the daily. Let's use the 3 months there. This is ShopRite. It's a long-term chart. ShopRite long-term chart. You know, we have to mark these these dots. but we're trying to close in on the price, so we're not going to go far down, too far down. There's another one here, but it's very close. I'm not going to highlight this one. Another one is here around. Another one is here around 221, 220. So these are the levels I'm looking at. I'm looking at 221, 220. I think that is where our support is on ShopRite. And if this 221, 220 is broken, I'm looking at 205, 206. I think the price could actually break down to 205, 206. But I mean, let's start analyzing 2017. We'll start from the first quarter of 2017. First quarter of 17, we're up 11.9%. It was a positive quarter. Following quarter, second quarter, we're up again 3.27%. Third quarter, we're up again 3.76%. Last quarter of 2017, we're up 5.5%. First quarter of 2018, we did very well. We're up 14.4. Second quarter, we're going to have a negative quarter in next week, because I mean that's when the market is going to that's when we're going to close the first quarter next week, end of June. We're going to have a negative month. So the previous open from our first quarter is going to be our main support right now. We are focusing on that one a lot. So that area is around 220, 221. The market is busy playing around 220, 225 area. You remember when ShopRite was still trading like much higher, we said we're expecting ShopRite to come down to 230, 225 levels, and perhaps 220. So what it did last week is that it came right down to 220, and there were buy orders waiting around 220, and we saw the price bouncing off 220, and we are still looking good. I think we closed ShopRite at 228 yesterday. I think we closed ShopRite at 228. Now let's look at the daily chart. I'm using support here, guys, because you remember I told you support is key. Support is everything. If support is very strong, I do not really focus much on the simple moving average, more especially on the monthly. I focus more on support. If that support is not broken, that gives me a reason to go in and buy that particular share or that particular stock I'm looking at. Okay, now let's look at ShopRite. ShopRite bounced off the support around 220, 221. From there, it started moving up. The high yesterday on ShopRite was actually 231. I know that we are still in this declining trend line going down here, but this support has held very nicely. So I think it's going to work. It's going to work in our favor. We're going to see maybe the stock picking up. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to be shorting ShopRite at the moment. Let me show you what happens if you apply the RSI. The RSI, what I'm looking for here, I'm looking for a divergence. Well, I mean, we have two types of divergences. We have negative divergence and positive divergence. Positive divergence is when the price is busy, declining, and the RSI starts going against the main trend of the price. It starts going against the price. And negative divergence is when the price of a stock is rising, is continuing to rise, but the RSI starts declining. That's where you get divergence. You get that when you compare two levels or a couple of levels on the chart. So we are going to start drawing our line here. This is our line. This is our line. The price has been declining on ShopRite until it got to that 221, 220 area. And let's look at our RSI. RSI From this point, it started rising, going against the price of shop. That is happening exactly at our key support area, which is 220. So if I see that happen, I get some understanding that the market is likely to reverse around that area, given the fact that we have a couple of factors there that we are using, like your support. We are using the quarterly time frame, which is a bigger time frame. The RSI is also refusing to go lower. It's giving us a positive divergence. So that means that the price is about to turn and take off. Now let's go back to our candles. Our candles, the market got here. We had a positive day, down day. Right now we are at 228. I expect to see a bit of a rise on this one next week. I expect the price to first go to 237. If we manage to close above the 237, I think we're going to go up maybe to 245, 250 levels on Shoprite. So in my view, Shoprite looks like a good buy, and it's at support here where it's trading. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything that is confusing you on Shoprite? I understand that when you look at Shoprite on a monthly time frame, the monthly time frame on Shoprite is saying sell, but currently it's possible that we may get a bounce that's going to push us up to 245, 250 levels, and we are looking at the previous quarterly close. The previous quarterly close is supporting us there, so I think there's a good chance that you're going to see Shoprite picking up from this point here. I know a lot of analysts, or well, some analysts are saying that there isn't value on Shoprite, but I mean, looking at it technically, it says there's a lot of value. You can actually go in and start buying some Shoprites there, expecting price to move higher going forward. But you must be very careful when doing that. I think 225. I think 225, 227 is a good area if you're interested in buying Shoprite. 225, 226, you can actually go in and buy some Shoprites there, expecting the price maybe to move up to 237 first. 237 is very important. 237 first. If we take out 237, then maybe we can expect the price to go to 245, 250 levels, and perhaps higher. So that was Shoprite. Okay, before we look at Euro GBP, GBP, USD, RMI, and SBK, I want us to quickly have a look at BAT, BAT. We spoke about BAT the other day. I've forgotten my level there on BAT. Okay. Well, we don't want this one. We don't want the RSI this time. We looked at BAT. I know we got a call to buy BAT the other day, and that call actually made money. But what I said when I was talking to the guys, I said it's very close to our resistance at the top here. That resistance around 43.54 to 45 rands between these two lines here. I said it makes sense maybe not to buy BAT. Wait for the reversal around 43. Wait for a reversal around 43.54. Around 43.54, that's where you can actually look to go in and start shorting some braids. And well, I mean, yesterday the stock dropped 1.4%. It dropped 1% yesterday. So we'll wait and see what happens when we open on Monday for the trading session. It's possible that we could see the price of braid declining, going back to 36. So in my view, BAT or BAT is now looking good for a short. If you are looking maybe to get out around 236 levels, you can maybe take a shot and go down to 36 levels on a braid. Things I'm looking at the monthly time frame. Let's look at the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we haven't closed any month above 43.54 since the beginning, or since March, April, May, June. For the past 3 months, we haven't managed to close above that 43.54 area. So we are still range bound there. We have our 10 simple moving average on the monthly, capping the gains around 43.64. So I think it looks like a good shot, unless if we get buyers coming in and pushing the price much higher. But I mean, in my view, if you short that one maybe around those levels of 43, you can actually okay, let's check. If you short this one around 43, maybe 42.50, keep your stop out of this zone here. Keep your stop maybe out of 45. Just keep your stop maybe at 45 and expect the price to come down to 36. I think you'll get a very good risk to reward ratio there. You will make a lot of money on that trade. Okay, and now let's have a look at the Euro GBP. See how it how. Okay, no, let's look at RMI first. RMI first. Three months. Let's get our. Okay, 45 was our key resistance there. This area here, the bottom, because we are closing in on the price, we want to check for the immediate support and resistance levels. The next area of support on RMI for me is 33, 66, 33.50. And the next area of resistance is around 38.60 or 39. That's where my area of resistance is on RMI. I think RMI is that news right now. Okay, let's do this. If we close this quarter like this, if we close this quarter below 37.82, or let's call it what 30, that was the close. No, if we close it below 38.40, if we close this quarter end of June 38.40, I think we're going to see RMI dropping back to 33.66 or 34. So if you're interested in shorting RMI, I think it's looking very good for a short if we get to close the quarter, the second quarter below this area here of 38.40. I think you've got a good chance of making money shorting RMI instead of buying. Buying, I think you could actually lose a bit of money on this stock. So this, I mean, we are now on the daily. The level I'm looking at is 34 or 33.66, around there. If it refuses maybe to come lower, maybe we can get it to 35. I think it can get to 35. I think 35 is very important. Right now, 38.60 is your main resistance on RSI. Sorry, RMI. 38.60 is your main resistance, or you can create a range if you like. That range is 38.60 and 39.50 is your resistance range here, because I mean we've broken this area. This was your support range. Now it's no longer that. So I think if you are short, you can even put your stop maybe a little bit higher. around maybe 40, maybe 40.05 or 40.10 to avoid being taken out. Otherwise, 30.60 is your important resistance right now. I think the price is likely to come down maybe 35 to 4 or 33.66. That's what I see on RMI. It's not looking very good to me. It's not looking very good to me, RMI. Okay. You're welcome, Rhino. Now let's look at Standard Bank, SBK. No, I'm not doing that. Let's look at SBK. 3 months. Let's use our 3 months there. Let's use our dotted line chart. This is our next support. Current resistance around 196, and the price is trading here. That's a huge gap. Okay, if we close the quarter, if we close the second quarter of 2018 below, if we close the quarter below 196, if we close this quarter below 196, I think we are likely to see the price of Standard Bank sliding a little bit more. My main support on Standard Bank is around 170 or 168.43. 170 or 168.43. All the financials are not looking good right now because of the rand weakness. Even if the rand does come back down to 13, we should still see the rand weakening, maybe weakening towards 14. Is it 14? I'll tell you what that level is. Yeah, I think it's 1450. The rand could actually touch 1450 sometime this year. I'm looking at the rand touching 1450. Around 1450, I think we have some buyers maybe waiting there, expecting the rand to strengthen from that level onwards. So 1450, I think, is another level again. So if you have a bit of money, you can afford to take the volatility that the rand brings with it. You can actually take a long on the rand, maybe around 1350. Make sure that you keep stop loss wide enough, maybe targeting 1450. I think at some point this year we may get a touch around those levels, 1450. So when that happens, that's going to have a negative impact on our financials, including Standard Bank. So I was looking at RMI now. It has a negative, it says a bad picture. Standard Bank also has a very bad picture. It doesn't look like Standard Bank is going to be doing any better going forward. If we close the month of June trading like this, trading below the previous month, the previous quarter, which is the first quarter of 2018, I think the next support area that we should look at is 170 or 168.43. We can just create that zone there. 168.43 and 170. I think that's where we can actually look to buy some Standard Banks. Otherwise, Standard Bank does not look like a buy to me right now. It was a very good stock when you were comparing it against other banking stocks. This one was actually more resilient. I mean, it was actually Standard Bank and Nedbank, but now it's broken below this area here. I think we may go up there to 196 to test that area. Around 196, that's where I would just go in and take my shorts, expecting the price to come down to 168. Expecting the price to come down to 168, 170. 168.43, 170. That's what I think is happening on Standard Bank. Guys, do you have anything to add? Anything to ask? If you don't have anything, we'll move on to the next one. The next one is going to be the Euro GBP. Perfect, Rhino. Perfect, big guy. Okay, let's look at the Euro GBP. Okay, the Euro GBP. Sure. What do we start? Let's remove this. Euro GBP. Let's go to our quarterly chart. Let's see if we can get anything from the quarterly chart. Quarterly chart. Let me check 6 months. Okay. Let's use our 6 months first. Go to the quarterly. Let's analyze it using the 2 time frames. Well, I mean, let me focus on this part first. This is our 6 months time frame. Okay. So the last part of 2016, the market dropped. We dropped 1.92% on the Euro GBP. That support area is 0.87519. Let me see if it corresponds with what I put down here. Okay, on 6 months, it's 0.87519, and our resistance at 0.89393. That's where our resistance is there. So if you look at it at the beginning of I mean the year 2018, it tried to go up towards that 0.89393. I mean, buyers failed there, sellers came in, they pushed the price down to the bottom of the range. So right now we are at the bottom of the range. I really have no idea what's going to happen here. But I mean, if we close like this, there's a good chance that maybe we could still see maybe the euro picking up from those levels. But I mean, we will go and look at our short-term time frames and see what they tell us. Let's look at the 3 months. Okay, the quarterly time frame. Let's start from this quarter here. This was the last quarter of was it the last quarter? 2017? No, it wasn't. This was the second 2018 according to my trading platform here. Second quarter of 2017, the market went up, but I mean, the actual open was just a high. The actual open for the quarter was this is probably maybe a day or so. This big rise here, I think maybe it happened in one day. We can investigate later and see if that is true or not. So here, that 0.89393 is still, I mean, relevant here. You see that it's our resistance. Price came down to our support line here around 0.87519, and we closed negative. And last quarter, 2018, going into 2017, going to 2018, price gave us this funny looking candle here. The price went up, it came down, and 2018 again, we went up to that resistance area. We came down to the support, but we still managed to close within the range. And right now, the market has gone below the the range, that range of 0.8719, and we are down 0.55. Quarter to date. So well around this area here. I don't know how accurate this one. It looks like it's a little bit skew in terms of the calculation of its quarters. But I mean this area here, 0.875 is very important. Around 0.875, if you get a good a bullish reversal there, you can actually go in and take a long. And at the top there, 0.89 500, 0.89393, you can actually look to take some shots there as well if you get a good reversal signal. Let's check maybe using the weekly how we look on this one. Okay. Okay, the weekly, let's refresh. Okay. On the weekly time frame, you see each time it gets to this zone here, 0.87500, there is a lot of wicks that we get around that area. Even if you go back, we get a couple of, we can get wicks here. You see, we have wicks here, we have long tails here, we have wicks here. So every time it comes down here, people are using this as a buy zone. I know that here we had 2 weeks weeks of trading below this point, but it corrected itself immediately on the third week and it went above. And here we had 1 week of trading below that point there, and the following week we had a correction trading above that area again. So it looks like we are in a tight range in this area here. We are going to get that range. Sorry, we are going to get that range, but 0.87500 is a good support area on this one. Let's now look at the daily time frame. Let's refresh. Okay. Okay, daily time frame. This area, 0.87500 is very important. Well, I'm not really worried about these. I'm not worried about them because I mean this support is very big. We're getting it from our 6 months. We're getting it from our quarterly charts, so it's very important. So here I'm marking our resistance levels on the daily time frame. So every time the market gets to this zone here, 0.88 100 and 0.88, I think 361 or 0.88 400, we get sellers coming in pushing the price down to this area of 0.87 500. The reason why I'm not really focusing on this one is because this is just noise to me. Every time the price gets to this area, it it reaches this area for a day or two, and then from there it starts going up again. So if you want to maybe participate on this one, maybe you can have your buy. Okay, let's do this. I think this is where you can have your buy. You can have your buy between 0.87 500 and 0.87 250. 0.87 500 and 0.87 250. That's where you can actually buy this one if you want to go long using this area as your take profit, that 0.88 400 and 0.88 100 area. If you want to trade this range, I think that's where you can actually trade this one. Let me make this one solid and black here. I think that is the zone that you can actually trade when you're trading this one. Trade using the shorter time frame. Look to buy maybe at 0.87 250 and sell at 0.87, sorry, 0.8 300 or 0.88400 somewhere. That's where you can actually take your profit. But your key support is 0.8719 on this one. Let's check how the hourly looks, because I mean there's a lot of volatility in forex, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting the levels right. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me see what Rhino is saying. Am I right when saying that the bigger the time frame, the better the support? Yes, you are very, 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 very correct there, Rhino. You are correct. Bigger time frames give you much better support and resistance levels. So yeah, this is our buy zone. If you decide to go in at 0.87500, yes, you can go in at 0.7500, but you must make sure that you keep your stop a little bit wider. Otherwise, you can buy this one at 0.87250 or 0.87300 and take your profits around 0.88300, 0.88400 at the top there. Let me see who gave me this one. It was Arun. Arun, are you happy with that one? Do you have any questions with regards to your Euro GBP? Is Arun still there? Arun, I asked the question, are you happy with your AUR, EUR GBP? Those are the levels I'm looking at. I'm using the thick black lines as my support and resistance on on short-term time frames. This is the hourly time frame. I'm looking at maybe, buying this if it comes down towards that black line around maybe 0.87300 to 0.87, 0.88350, 0.88400. That's where I think we can actually look to buy this one if we want to participate here, trading this currency pair, Euro GBP. Okay, now let's have a look at the GBP USD. Longer time frames or bigger time frames give you a better view of what is happening. So they remove all the noise that you find when using the shorter time frames. There's a lot of noise when you're using the shorter time frames. So that's what we are trying to eliminate here. Sure. This one looks a little bit dodgy. Don't get it. This is my 3 months. Let's check the 6 months. This is the last half of 2017. This is the first half of 2018. I know this doesn't make a lot of sense to you right now, having these big bars here in front of you. Okay, let us now get our support levels. This is our support, and this is our resistance at the top here. That is our support at the bottom there. Okay, let's go back to our candles. Let's do the monthly charts. The GBP, the GBP against the US dollar is under a lot of pressure. But what I like about it is that we are very close to our support. We have some support around 1.3 300 to 1.30 500. 1.305, 1.303. We have some support there. We have some support there. Let me see. We have some support there, and currently we're just trading around our support. If we end the month below this support here around 1.32769 or 1.3769, I think there's a good chance that the pound may still weaken against the US dollar, coming down to 1.30373, 1.30400. I think there's a good chance that we may still come down there, because I mean, you check, we are trading below our simple moving average on the monthly. We are down 0.63 for the month, and let's see where it closes at the end of end of June. If at the end of June we close above this line here, let me make this bigger. If we close above 1.33, if we close above 1.33 at the end of June, the pound should actually maybe strengthen back to that area there around 135 or 1.35 against the US dollar. That's what I think is likely to happen here. 1.35 is our resistance. So if we fail to close below this support line at 1.32769, there's a good chance we'll bounce off this area and move up there. The next main area of support that I have on this one is 1.30373. That's my main area of support. I think that's where we are really going to get a nice bounce from the GBP against the US dollar. Let's check the daily time frame, see if we can get anything that makes sense. Okay, this is our support here at the bottom. Maybe we can just move this up a bit to 13500. I'm trying to get 13500 here. Okay, we can leave it at 491. No, doesn't want to do this. Okay, let me leave it there. So closer to this 1.305 or 1.30500, I think we have some serious support there. And here, where the price is currently trading, we have some resistance, and you can see what happened on Friday. On Friday, we tried to move above the simple moving average there at 1.32769. The sellers came in, they pushed the price down. We closed below the simple moving average. We closed below that resistance line at 1.32769. Sure. So we must check what happens on Monday, because I mean, this is also bullish. This is bullish. Let's check what happens on Monday. If on Monday we get to close above this area, above 1.32769, we are likely to move up towards our next area of resistance. The first minor resistance that we have is around 1.3422. 1.3422. From there, we should actually proceed higher towards that 1.35 on the pound. I think where we are trading right now, we are likely to see some some British pound strength here. Let me check what my RSI is saying. Let me see if we can get any positive divergence there. If we get one, then you can actually, oh, okay, we actually have one. Okay, that's your divergence. Sorry, okay, okay, no, that's not your divergence. Your divergence is here. Okay, look at the price on the pound. The price on the pound is going down. It's just crossed below the support that we have here around 132.769, and the price went lower. If you look at your RSI is busy rising while the price is still declining. So this is a positive divergence. It means that the market is likely to pick up from this level and move higher towards that 1.35 area. So the main thing that we are looking at here, we are looking at the price closing. We are looking at the price closing above 130. Let's just call it 133, or just above the moving average. The moving average is at 1.32770. Those are the levels we are looking at. If you can get a close above that level on Monday or Tuesday, then you can go in and take some longs, expecting the price to go up to our first area of minor resistance, 1.34, maybe 150, 200, to our next main resistance at 1.35. If we cut 1.35, we could see this market maybe moving a little bit higher. But these levels that I've marked here, three of them, they are very important. They cannot be easily broken. You can check what happened here in 2017. The market went up on the 15th of September 2017. 15th of September 2017, sellers came in. They pushed the price below that resistance, and we closed below the simple moving average. We took out the first support and we went down to the support area here at the bottom, 1.30500, and the price started bouncing between the two levels, and we went higher, went up to that same area of resistance at 30 November. Sellers came in, they pushed the price below, and on this attempt, they managed to stay above that support area. The price went up, and it stayed up. It stayed up for quite some time, and finally we went below that same area. So this area is going to be important maybe for the rest of 2018. For the rest of 2018, that area is going to be very important. So in my view, right now, we need to wait for a cross above either 1.33 or 1.32769 to get some longs on the British pound against the US dollar. Any questions, guys? Is there anything that's confusing you there? Do you have more questions to ask on on the pound? Oh, okay, Arun. Okay, it's back. Divergence. Yes, this is a positive divergence. We can call it positive or bullish divergence. Yes, Arun, that is true. Bullish pin bar. The only issue is that resistance line that we have there that we haven't taken out yet. We should just take out that resistance line. After that, we can expect our price to rise and move much higher. I did not have a look at the. Let's just look at the 4-hourly. Okay. I'm checking it. Yes, Arun. But you see, we have a problem around this area here. We must make sure that we clear this area because I mean there was just one break here, and the following two candles, or in fact three, the following three candles did not give us any any follow through here. So we need to see maybe another positive candle above here, maybe the second one. Then from there we can go in to take some longs, going up maybe to that 1.3400, 1.3500 area for longs. No, there's no confirmation yet. The confirmation is only there from this bounce that we had around here. Otherwise, right now, there's no confirmation, so we cannot jump in. We need to wait for that confirmation. Just a close above that 1.32769 is enough. We can use that to take a long there. We can use that to take a long. Guys, I don't know. Do you have more questions? If you do, please ask. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to the basics and show those guys that are joining us for the first time how we do our analysis. I understand that now we are doing support and resistance using large time frames, which is very good. But I mean, we need the basic understanding of using maybe the simple moving averages for those that are joining us for the first time, if they are still there. Can you see? Sure. I think Anton is new, Christine is new, Sibosiso also, I think is new. Sibosiso, Anton, Christine, guys, I think you're new. Is that true? Anton, Masilo? Okay, Anton, Sibosiso, and Masilo, you're new. Okay, it's fine. I'll spend a bit of time with you now. Oh, only for the Saturday class. Other classes you've attended, so you have some understanding. Okay, no, that's perfect. Okay, I see what you're saying, Arun. You're saying that the most important thing to the new traders is that there is no perfect strategy to stick to. There's no perfect strategy. You must stick to your own strategies and stick to your risk reward ratio. Okay. Okay, it's very important what Arun is saying there, but it's a little bit vague. Let me try and add maybe some meat to that. He's talking about using your own risk reward ratio. Risk reward ratio refers to the amount that you are willing to lose against what you are willing to make. The amount you are willing to lose against the profits that you are hoping to get from that particular trade. Let's say maybe your risk is 100 rands. You're saying that on this trade, I'm only willing to risk 100 rands, and the market comes down. If the market comes down, you're going to lose 100 rands. But when it goes up, I'm willing to make 5 times my risk, which means you have a ratio of 1:5. So for every 100 rands that you lose, you are expecting to make 500 rands. So your risk reward ratio there is 1:5. If your risk reward ratio is 1:2, that's also okay, but that is low. The best risk reward ratio that you can use is 1:5, but it's very difficult to find those 1:5 ratios. It's very difficult, more especially if you're trading a market that has swaps. But I mean, that's what Arun is referring to there when talking about risk reward ratio. Another thing is that when you're starting out, you just need to get a push in the right direction. So I do not agree with Arun there completely when he says that you must stick to your own strategies. Where do you get a strategy if you're a new trader and you've not traded before? You need to be pushed in the right direction. After that, you need to do more research, you need to do more studying, so that you can get something that suits your personality as a trader. I mean, at some point, you need to go out there and apply your own strategies. That will definitely help. But I mean, from the beginning, you need to be shown how to try and analyze, and from there, you can uh, build up and end up with your own strategy. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete. Let me remove all these. Okay, we'll use our current example for the new guys. Okay, Arun, I'll wait for you to finish typing your message so that I can focus on the new guys. Okay, Anton and Esposito. The type of chart that we are using is called candlesticks. This is where you find it when you are on your trading platform. You go to the top there, and this is where you find all different types of charts that you have at your disposal as a trader. So the reason why we like using candlesticks, we use candlesticks because I mean they show our highs and our lows. I'll show you what I'm talking about there. Let me show you a candle here. You see this candle here? Thereafter, I want to mark the open and the close of this candle so that you can see what I'm talking about. That is the top there is the high, and this at the bottom here is your low. This small tail at the bottom here is your low, and this long tail above your chart is your high, a high for the month. And this body here shows you the close. The close is at the bottom because it's a negative month, and the open is at the top because it's a negative month. So this month we were down 2.96%. So it was a negative month. So you mustn't be too hard on yourselves in trying to understand. It's going to take a bit of time before you understand exactly how this whole thing comes together. But I mean, you will understand at some point. That I know. Okay, so what we are looking at, we are applying the 10 simple moving average on all our monthly time frames. We are not using the 200, the 50, the 100. For you guys, because I know that you are still new in trading, I think it's important that you use just one moving average for now. As time goes on, when you develop your own taste in trading, you are going to be able to do these alterations and modifications and do everything according to how you like it. Let me remove this line. The line that I had there is called the simple moving average. I'm going to put it on now. It's going to help you identify the direction of the market, whether the market is rising or the market is falling. If the market is rising, the price is going to be above your simple moving average. If the price is falling, you'll have your moving average above or your price below the 10 simple moving average. So let me add it. Let me go to indicators, add indicator. The indicator that I'm interested in is under moving averages. It's called simple moving average, the SMA. SMA, go okay. Period of simple moving average is 10. We'll use 10. We'll just stick to 10. We'll stick to 10. I don't know if I should use this example. Let me not use this example. Let me use a better example. I think we have a better example here. Okay, when the price crosses below the moving average like this, when it crosses below the moving average like this, it means that that market is likely to decline. If you put your cursor on the candle at the top, where it says percentage change, where it has percentage change there at the top. You must look at that. It crosses below the simple moving average. The close is below, and you get a negative percentage change at the top. Like here, this was June 2016. We had a negative close of 11.2%. We had a negative close of 11.2%. Negative close of 11.2%, and the market started declining, and right now the market is still trading below. That is why I believe that we're going to see maybe this market sliding a little bit more. The only time I'll change my mind is when I see when we get maybe a monthly close above the simple moving average. As long as we are still closing below the 10 simple moving average of the monthly, I'm going to remain short. When the price is above or trading above your 10 simple moving average, like you can see here, 2014 through 2016, the price was trading above the simple moving average. That was the right time for you to be buying braid. You were supposed to be in long buying braid. So if you want to avoid being being a loser in the market, you must use this simple strategy, using that 10 simple moving average on the monthly. If the price is above, you can use that to buy. If the price is below, you can use that to sell. I'll give you another example. I know that a lot of people lost a lot of money on Steinhoff last year, but I want to ask you guys if it makes sense to you that people lost a lot of money on Steinhoff. Check September 2016. Steinhoff closed below the simple moving average. It closed below the simple moving average. That was in September 2016, and it traded below the simple moving average the whole time, moving towards the simple moving average, but it did not close above. It was always below the moving average, and finally, when we got here in December 2017, the price dropped some 91.7%. It dropped 91.7%, and it continued declining. Why? We are trading below the simple moving average. So oh, okay. Arun, yeah. I know this one. Forexsignal.com or trading strategies. Also, you can just go for tradingstrategies.com. Also, there's another one where you get different trading strategies. So the people that lost money on Steinhoff, they lost money because they thought that Steinhoff was going to bounce. But I mean, if you were using this strategy, you could have saved yourself a lot of money by getting out of Steinhoff too early. Getting out of Steinhoff too early because it was trading its simple moving average on the monthly time frame. So if a stock is trading below the simple moving average on the monthly, you do not trade that stock. Let me show you another stock that I think, well, I mean, it has gone down a bit. It has gone down since crossing below the simple moving average. This is MTN. Let's check MTN. MTN crossed below the moving average end of March 2018. It crossed below. The following month, it was up, but check, it did not close above the simple moving average because momentum was pushing to the downside. And in May, we closed below the moving average again. The market was MTN there was down 8.3%, and in June MTN went down 6.45%. In June, MTN went down to 6.45%. So right now, it doesn't make sense to be going in and buying MTN. It doesn't make sense to be going in and buying MTN. I know that we had support around 110. We've always said that 110 is key on MTN. Every time it gets to 110, 111, you get some bounces, but I doubt that's going to be the case this month. I think this month we're going to see MTN. This time I think we're going to see MTN going down to 100 bucks. I think maybe that's the next level on MTN. Well, I'm just talking about 100 because it's a big number. There's nothing really special about it. I'm just looking at it. It's closing. Well, I mean, it's trading below our support there. If we close the month like this, there's a good chance MTN is going to drop down to $100 or lower. You know, $100 or lower, $100 and lower. So yeah, MTN is not looking good for me. I would never spend a cent on MTN on the long side. The short side, yes, I can short MTN. It makes sense to go in and short MTN. You know why? You are trading below your 10 simple moving average. You are trading below your support around 112.74, and it doesn't look like you're going to close above that area. But if you do close above 112.74, maybe I will reconsider my decision. Maybe I could maybe start thinking of buying some MTNs there. Okay, Spusiso, Anton, do you guys understand how I apply this simple strategy of getting the main direction of the market? You understood? Okay, perfect. Anton, are you happy there? Did you understand? Is Anton gone? Okay, oh, okay, he's still there. If you don't understand, Anton, tell me. Okay. What do you think you understand, Anton? Please write me maybe two short sentences, just two short sentences. What do you think you understand about what I've just said now? You can do the same, Musiso. Anton, you're getting the lower support. What are you referring to there, big guy? I'm looking at, I'm just talking about the simple moving average. I said on the monthly time frame, you must always check your simple moving average. You can check it maybe on the first day of the month. First day of the month, you are looking at the previous month's performance. You are checking if the previous candle was above or below the moving average. If it is below the moving average, you can then start looking for some possible shorts. If it's above, you can start looking for your long entry signals. I think it's forex trading strategies. I think it's forex trading strategies. If that one doesn't work, use trading strategies, just trading strategies. There they show you different number of strategies, like your trading your support resistance, trading your pullbacks and all of that. Okay, Anton, yes, on the first day, like in June, next weekend, you can go in and start checking which stocks look good that you can go in and buy there. We can otherwise you can join another session on Monday between 12 and 1. If you don't get time on Monday, sometime during the week between Monday and Friday, you can join us again on Saturday next week. We will have another session. I'll post this on Facebook if you want to get a recap or try and understand maybe a little bit better. You can just go to our QuickTrade Facebook page and try to understand what we are saying there. Guys, I think we are going to end our session here. Let's meet again next week. Monday. Our sessions are between Mondays and Monday, Thursday. Friday we have a boot camp. In our trading room. Monday to Friday. Saturday we have our webinar session again. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a great weekend. Thank you.